Yeah, I'm not done with you yet. Yeah, at some points I'm pretty bad at getting stuff done. So I bought quite a long time ago this Canon DSLR, the 750D, and I've not managed to be able to get some good footage out of it. I've filmed material for about 3 episodes, out of which 1 is published, and you can definitely spot it on my YouTube channel here. It's definitely the one with the worst quality ever. So we'll just skip it. I'll go with my phone from now on. But we're gonna get outside and get some drone footage and see what we can get. Yeah, the weather is not terrible today, not great either, but at least it's something, and what's not better than to just go outside and see if you can get some footage. You know, when you sometimes have those days that regardless of whatever you're doing, like, it's all going south, it's all going just plain wrong. I'm gonna take off the helmet here. Last Friday was the perfect example of a day where everything just goes bad. The weather was just perfect, it was +8 degrees. I'm gonna show you a selfie, like, look at this. That's me from last Friday. And the first thing that went south, I forgot the cable that I have for my microphone here. And I figured, yeah, maybe I can do without the dead cat, because actually the episode Lapland is completely filmed just with the phone's internal microphone. And I figured, yeah, it might be working. I continued filming the entire day. Then I went out to the pier to set out the drone, and then I got some really good drone shots. You could see all the way from the display from the phone that they were really good videos and really good pictures. And yeah, I got some really good footage there with the drone. And then I got home, hooked up the phone to the computer and started looking at what I've been filming. That's mistake number 1. Always look through your footage at some point to know if there's some general mistakes. What I didn't realize was that everything that I have filmed where I was myself talking was just windows, nothing else. Yeah, that makes you sad. Well, okay, at least the drone footage. Then I imagined I could be using them for whatnot. Mistake number 2. When I hooked up the drone to the computer, I didn't copy the files, I moved them. And yeah, you can see where this is going. Well, then the file was corrupted, and the footage that seemed so good, and it was completely gone. Yeah, that makes you really sad. Anyway, let's get going. Now I'm here at the Swedbank tower next to the bridge, so I have the Swedbank tower over there. Yeah, and then the bridge is over there. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that this is one of the places that I truly like to visit a lot. Anyway, let's set up the drone and get some shots. Look at this. Yeah, I got the drone stuffed away now. I got some hopefully good images this time. Some small panoramics around here, and then also a bit while riding the board here. That's going to be it regarding the boarding here outside, and just see when we get back in later on in the day what kind of footage we actually got. I have no idea, and my expectations of the footage quality is like down low somewhere there. Yeah, we will see. And now on to the actual topic of today's video. You guys who know me personally, or at least follow me on social media, you might be aware that a little over 1 year ago I started a clothing company, or more of a clothing brand, which you can see here, North Country Clothing Company. Currently our clothing line ranges from everything from these hoodies to, actually have them here, we have some caps, and the one that I personally been using for almost a year now. So yeah, we have caps, we have t-shirts, also thermos mugs and some enamel mugs, but I think I'll be showing more of the actual products in a later video. Yeah, a bit about the history of the company. We started it out together with my sister, like I said, in February of 2018. And at the time I was already studying here in Riga for my second year of studies, and my sister was still back in Finland at home, and she was working full time. What I got to realize a short while after starting the company is that it actually takes an insanely lot of amount of time to start it all out and get it running. And what I got to realize maybe a short while after starting the company is that starting a business, it actually takes an insanely lot amount of time. And which you can imagine as a medical student, the amount of time you're having, it's quite limited. Time is a limited resource. And when we got to the point that all of the hassle with starting it out was passed, so there was a bit of effort that had to be put in to catch up with the studies in order to keep the pace. In addition to this catching up on studies, we also faced personally some sad times that our beloved dog died at that time, and it went quite unexpectedly. She was about 2 years at the time. Combining that with the intense studies, it made up for some quite hard times. Anyway, I went through it all, and as we're currently speaking, I'm in my third year of studies and currently studying on the 6th semester. And starting the third year of studies is quite a big step comparing to from the second year. So the 5th semester, which is in my case was the autumn semester, we started with some clinical subjects, and of course there are also the continuation of some preclinical ones. Then the ones that are hard to put in there between. For example, pharmacology and introduction to surgery. I mean, they're quite theoretical, but also they have some hands-on knowledge. So, I mean, it's up to you whether you classify them as clinical or preclinical studies. I put them right there in the middle between both of them. And currently we're also having cardiology, ear, nose, throat, and then a whole bunch of other courses. What I have to say is definitely been interesting, because still the first and second years mostly been only focusing on theory, physiology, and really the basic stuff. And now from the third year we've been starting to discuss more pathologies and how they actually link, and now we've been also having a bit more contact with the patients, and you get to see the stuff with your own eyes there in the ward, so it's definitely more interesting than instead of just reading it from a textbook. And also regarding that I now run the company, it's also very nice that at least the 6th semester is a bit more laid back, so there's time for the other hobbies or whatever you might do. Because what it boils down to by running this company is, honestly, it's kind of a hobby for me, you know. This ties together the knot of which was the question in the topic of the video. Was starting a company during my studies a good idea? Before addressing the question, I would actually like to rephrase it. There's two different approaches to it. If we rephrase the question to was starting a company during my second year of studies a good idea, then my answer would definitely be no, it wasn't a good idea. But do I regret it? No, honestly speaking, not at all. Why I don't regret doing this is, of course, I managed to put in all the time it requires to get this thing up and running, and I managed to keep the pace with the studies, and I'm happy about it. If we address the question as it is, was starting a company a good idea during my studies, then absolutely yes. It's my hobby, it's what I enjoy doing. It was definitely a good idea. Of course, I have to mention a bonus thing about it is that this clothing brand, so it requires only as much time as I personally want to put into it. It's not a brick and mortar store, you don't have to put in actual physical hours of being there. You can run it wherever you are, during weekends, during nighttime hours, or I mean whenever. And one good thing about it, that it's a web shop and I'm here in Latvia, and also now my sister is also here in Latvia. But that means that I managed to put my other family members, such as my dad and then also my girlfriend Julia, and use them as slaves for then actually packaging the shipments. Would I recommend starting a non-medical company to another medical student? Well, I mean, it depends, both yes and no. Of course, the big thing is depending on your university where you're studying on, at what year and what time at the peak of intensity of the studies are. Try to avoid starting the company at that exact peak of studies, because I mean that's what I did. It was not a good idea, but I managed through it, and maybe so can you also. And that's it for this episode. See ya.